Greetings and bright blessings, croeso and welcome to Magick Soup, a super spiritual, wild, weird, and sometimes very witchy podcast hosted by me, Holly Charles, also known as Holistic Holly. All I ask is that you come with an open heart, open mind, take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and enjoy. Thank you so much for being here. Diolch yn fawr. Let's dive in. Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Magick Soup. I am so thrilled to have you here. I've been looking at the statistics and there's people tuning in literally from all over the world. I'm absolutely blown away. It's unreal and I'm totally grateful for that. So, whoever has been listening, whoever has been sharing these episodes with their friends, I appreciate you so much. It's amazing how small the world has become with access to the internet and the technology that we have to be able to share these things that we know with the world. So I have been inspired today to share a story with you that I think is a really important one to hear. It is something that I share with people on my mentoring program and in certain workshops that I run to help people who feel a little bit frustrated, exacerbated, with the fact that they are on a spiritual journey, they're on an awakening journey, and they can still see the masses sleeping all around them. When people feel that they don't fit in because of an awakening experience or a situation that has, shifted their perception, how the world, the universe, everything fits together, and are feeling isolated because of it. And the story that I want to share with you, it's Plato's cave. Now, Plato, for those of you who don't know, you may have heard the name but don't know who he is. He's an ancient Greek philosopher. He was a student of Socrates, the teacher of Aristotle, very foundational in the concepts that we know in Western philosophy. Socrates and Plato are literally the forefathers of philosophical thought here in the West. So it's interesting to go back and have a look at some of the things that were shared. The first time I came across this story was in a book that I read about 20 years ago, maybe a little less, maybe 18 years ago, 17 years ago, something like that. But it's a book called The Opening of the Third Eye by Dr. Douglas Baker. And for those of you who are a bit of a bibliophile, a bit of a book lover like myself, this book is I love it so much. I've actually got it down off my shelf and have it in my hand now as I'm recording this. It's an old paperback that was printed in 1977, and like the pages are going brown because they're so old. Like it's got that beautiful like old book smell to it. And this book is a game changer when it it comes to shifting your perspectives and the way you view reality, really. And there's a great story in this book in the first chapter, called The Three Blind Hindus. The three brothers, I think they are, all blind from birth, and they're led to an elephant, and one feels the tusks and thinks it's a spear, another feels the tail and thinks it's a rope, and another feels the side and they think it's a stone or a boulder or something. And it's a story about how we make sense of the world with this small viewpoint that we have of it. And I think that's so true, and I think we need to give people some grace when they do judge us or misunderstand us because they just see the puzzle piece, whereas there are some of us who see much more of the complete jigsaw puzzle. So they are never going to be able to relate to what we're talking about because their vision is not big enough. Okay. Now, going on to the story of Plato's cave, it talks in this story about what it's like to be awake first, what it's like to have awareness before everybody else. So here it goes. It's not a word for word translation or anything like that, but this is a version of it, okay? So imagine this. A group of people who have lived in the dark since they were born, bound in place so they can only face one direction. Before them is a wall, and on this wall shadows flicker, shapes of people, animals, and objects cast by a fire that is burning behind them. These prisoners do not know the fire exists. They do not know that there is a world beyond the cave. To them, the shadows are their reality. The whispers and echoes that bounce off the stone walls are the only voices they have ever known. But then something extraordinary happens. One of the prisoners is freed. At first, he stumbles, his limbs weak from being bound for so long. As he turns, the fire burns his eyes, and he recoils in pain. The world outside of shadows, it's too bright, it's too unfamiliar. He's tempted to turn back. After all, the cave is what he knows, but something deep within him stirs, a curiosity, a calling. And so, step by step, he moves forward, and slowly and eventually he emerges from the cave, and as he does so, the brilliance of the sun is blinding. Everything hurts, but as his eyes adjust, he begins to really see for the first time in his life. He can see trees, rivers, the vast sky above. He sees colours he never even imagined. He feels the warmth of the sun on his skin, and for the first time, he understands. The shadows were never reality. Filled with this revelation, he hurries back into the cave, eager to share what he has discovered. But when he returns, stumbling in the darkness, his words sound strange to those who have never seen the light. They laugh, they call him mad, they refuse to turn their heads, unwilling to believe that their shadows are mere illusions. He urges them, pleads with them, come with me, there is more than this, there is a world beyond these walls. But they are afraid. The idea of leaving everything they know is too much to bear, and so they remain. And he must decide, will he stay in the cave to convince them, or will he return to the light, knowing that one day others may choose to follow. Now, this story is about all of us. It's about waking up. It's about stepping out of the illusion of conditioning, limited beliefs, and false narratives into a greater truth. It's about the pain of growth because awakening is not always gentle. It can burn, it can disorient, and it can make us long for the comfort of our old reality. But once we've seen, we cannot unsee. And it is about the loneliness of transformation because not everyone will understand. Some will reject us, some will cling to the shadows, and yet we keep walking. As mentors, healers, and way showers, we do not force others into the light. We hold up a lantern. We say there is another way, and when they are ready, they will step forward, just as we once did. We awakened first for a reason. We either broke the shackles that kept us chained in the cave ourselves or had them broken for us. And we started our journey because that pull to leave the cave was so strong for us. And we are awakened first, so we can be the way showers for those that come after. We can lead others out of the dark. And it is frustrating, extraordinarily so. And I think that's part of the journey, that's part of the lesson, that's part of, you know, what we have to master within ourselves. And this self-mastery piece, right, is overcoming the frustration, overcoming the anger that we feel because of the illusion, the um, the manipulation, the disinformation, the fact that, you know, we have been kept in the dark about so much of who we are by design, on purpose. Our power has been hidden from us for millennia, and that can cause anger, that can cause rage, that can cause massive distrust in establishments. It can really muddy the waters for a while when we begin to wake up in whatever capacity that is, whether it's spiritually, whether that's politically, in inverted commas, whether that's to do with any aspect of our world. There is so many smoke and mirrors and so much illusion and distorted perception in so many layers around us. And perhaps, again, overcoming that anger, overcoming that frustration, healing that within ourselves so that we can be the calm in the storm, the sure and steady, like, light points for people on their journey out of the dark. So, you know, it's our destiny, it's our purpose to have awakened to these realizations before everybody else. And we cannot force anyone else awake. They awaken exactly when it is right for them to do so. We can plant these mental seeds. We can leave a trail of breadcrumbs. But if we try to force anybody to our way of thinking, they are only going to double down on the fact that they think we're mad or um, brainwashed, or, you know, whatever they think, however they make sense of the differences between our ways of thinking. There's this cognitive dissonance that people experience when hearing information that is so far removed from their belief system that they absolutely cannot accept any of what is being said. And so it's important that we just accept that people awaken when they are supposed to, and they will find their way out of the cave eventually if it's their soul contract to do so in this lifetime. And we've just got to do as best we can with our own light, with our own life, with our own journey once we make our way out of the cave. And, you know, unlike the gentleman in the story, there are millions of us already outside the cave. So you are not alone, and you don't need to walk this path on your own. And you just need to seek and look for those of a like mind, and we can join our lights together to help make the vibration of the collective rise that much more quickly, so we can tip the scales in our favor and accelerate the awakening process for everybody else. But I have hope. I have hope that that is going to be sooner rather than later. And, with the things that, we have been told are coming over the next couple of years, um, there are going to be massive shifts very quickly in people's perceptions and awareness. The cave, I think, is going to start dismantling around people, as it were, with disclosure coming and more people attuning to their psychic awareness and natural senses, the release of the telepathy tapes. If you haven't come across those yet, please go as soon as this podcast episode finishes, go and find the Telepathy Tapes podcast and listen to the telepathy tapes, because that is some paradigm shifting, world changing information about how we can communicate with one another without even being physically present, from the study of non-verbal autistic children and how they communicate telepathically with one another as well as their parents. So it is, there is so much of information like that coming to mainstream awareness that is going to change the world very, very quickly, exponentially. So yeah, the cave is being dismantled, folks. Yeah, I don't know if there's anything else that I need to say or share. I'm going to leave that with you to have a little think about. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. If you would like to support the creation of future episodes as well as joining my online community, you can do. The community that I have created is called the Holly Grove, and you are able to sign up and join that for free if you wish. We've got a WhatsApp community as well as an Instagram page. I also have a new website that is in the works as well. You can also join the community by signing up to my mailing list, and also through Patreon, where you can sign up as a free member, or there are tiers that you can contribute a monthly donation to receive perks, benefits, behind the scenes content, educational content, as well as sneak peeks and first looks, first opportunities to book things, and all of that kind of stuff. So if you would like to check that out, you can do at patreon.com/holistic_Holly. You can also check out my YouTube channel and all of the other places. Links will be below. I also have a WhatsApp channel for this podcast as well. So just search the Magick Soup podcast on WhatsApp and you will find us. I hope you are all well. Take care. Lots of love. And I shall see you in the next one. Thank you truly from the bottom of my heart for spending some time with me and listening to my podcast today. I really appreciate you. If you have enjoyed the episode and have something to say about it, please come and find me on social media or on my WhatsApp channel and we can have a chit chat about it. And if you have enjoyed today's episode, please leave a review. It all helps to gain traction and to be listened to by more people. I'd really appreciate that. And if you wanted to support me on Patreon, you could do that as well. Links to my website for all of my services, my groups, my workshops, and everything like that can be found below. Do check them out, and until next time, whatever time of day it is for you, I hope you really have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care, hwyl fawr, and I will speak to you soon. Bye.